All right, we've got some breaking news we want to get right to now in South Fulton. We are getting an update from fire officials after 4 people have been confirmed dead in a house fire. Let's listen.
The house that was used to really help to clear away a lot of the debris. And that needed to be done because we needed to clear out what we had already searched for and then make a new path and start searching again. So then Atlanta Fire Rescue came in, helped shore up that part of the building that we were going to continue the search in, and that's when we were able to locate the individuals upstairs. Now, as far as the exact positioning and location, I'm not going to disclose that right now because that isn't part of the investigation. However, I can let you know that they were found upstairs.
Were they under the debris, or I mean, were they kind of buried, I guess?
They were still covered up under quite a bit of debris. So again, that's why we called the cadaver dog out, to give us that extra help that we needed to help in the search. And so once we had made the discovery, then we could really start working around that area. The Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office and the police department, of course, have to do all their investigations and documentation. And so once that was done, then we could really start to gather them and what was around them in order to properly bring them out of the home.
So are they together? Altogether, it's 3 adults and 1 child?
Yes, ma'am, that is correct. That is correct. So we did bring them out separately.
And were they together when they were found, the last 2?
They were upstairs, and that's really all I can disclose right now. I can't disclose positioning, where they were, if they were together, if they were apart. So again, that's a part of the investigation.
Way too early to predict the cause of the fire, right?
I beg your pardon?
Way too early to predict the cause of the fire?
Yeah, so we're going to be here for an extended period of time to go more into determining the cause of the fire and how it occurred. Now, we were working simultaneously with trying to determine where the fire may have started and working with trying to find these individuals. So that's why there are so many firefighters here on the scene. But now that they have been located and been brought down, now we can 100% focus our efforts on cause and determination, where the fire started, how it started, what may have been involved, what may have led to it, so forth and so on.
Anything that looks suspicious? I know some family members had said there were electrical issues at the home.
So all that's in part of the investigation. We have heard that. Okay, so but we have to consider everything. We just can't stop at just one point. So we aren't in a position to say whether or not the fire was accidental or not. That's all what the investigation is going to entail.
Lieutenant, will you talk a little bit about the emotional aspect of this? This is a difficult scene for all of the staff here. So
it's difficult for everybody, everyone from the mayor and the city council on down to the residents that live here and the individuals that were helping with this search. It's tough for everybody, and it was our firefighters and Atlanta's firefighters and the state fire marshal's office that collectively found those individuals. So, you know, what you see is what you see, and it's a mental picture that stays there, it doesn't go away. But at the same time, we have jobs to do. So yes, we're very cognizant of the mental component of that, but we still have to keep our eye focused on the job at hand. But it is very distressing, it's very disturbing, it's sad, because these firefighters have children. We know you all have children, so you feel for the family and feel for the firefighters. So it takes its toll, and we have systems in place to be able to deal with that. But for right now, everyone seems to be doing okay. And just talking it out. The biggest thing is just not saying anything and keeping it bottled in, because we know that that leads to other issues. And so we have, again, those systems in place, and if need be, we can take it a step.
We're going to come out of this live interview right now on those emotional words from that South Fulton fire lieutenant we just heard from, Eric Jackson. And just to recap a little bit of what he said there live, they have found 4 people and recovered their bodies, 3 adults and 1 7-year-old child. They found that 7-year-old and her grandmother just today, brought them all out separately. They say the cause of the fire is still under investigation. They're working to find where it might have started and why, and now they are looking into the cause. Atlanta Fire worked alongside South Fulton and the fire marshal to recover the bodies. We're going to update this story on 11alive.com as well.